Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Brent from Join Forces Explorations, and today we're doing something that we haven't ever done on this channel before. And I'll tell you a little bit about that here in a second. But right back here, right there, we are at the border of West Virginia and Virginia. And for anybody who has seen this on other videos, we are at the beginning or end of the Virginia Adventure Trail, depending on how you look at it. So let me go back in here and get back into the truck and we'll talk about what we're doing. Doing something that I've never done on the channel before, and that is doing a multi-day solo trip on the Virginia Adventure Trail. Now, most things that I've seen where people have run the Virginia Adventure Trail, they go south to north, starting out in Damascus, Virginia, coming up here to where I was just at there at the Virginia-West Virginia border, close to Broadway, Virginia. I'm not doing that. I drove all the way up from where I live at, which is close to Damascus, Virginia, and decided to take the opposite route. I'm going to go north to south because if I get tired, well, I have to continue to go in that direction anyway to get back home, so why not just start up north and work my way south? So that's what I'm doing. Got to get a couple more things set up in here, get my Onyx up and running, and start clocking the route. But I'm literally as far as you can go on the northern end of this without getting into West Virginia. So that's what we're doing. So I want to get my rest of my cameras and everything set up, and then we'll get going. Okay, we are on the road/trail. So if you've seen any of the other videos for the Virginia Adventure Trail, it's a really cool, I think it's 656 miles, I believe was what it's laid out to be. So we're going to test it. Like I said, I just started out at the very northern end of it, and I'm going to hit pretty much all of it. I don't think, the way I've got it mapped out, I'm running the whole thing, and I'm figuring this probably going to be 4, maybe 5 days. We'll see. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Again, this is a solo trip. Pretty excited about it, and we're going to see what we can get into. Now, I did drive up, let's see, how far did I come already? So roughly 280 miles I drove up from my house in Southwest Virginia, and so I'm pretty beat. It is 5 o'clock on the nose, and the upside of this time of year being, oh gosh, I don't even remember what day it is. Let's see, where's my day? April 26th. Okay, so Sunday, April 26th, 5 p.m. This time of year doesn't start getting dark until like around 7:30, 8 o'clock, depending on where you're at in relationship to a ridgeline or a mountain or anything like that. So I've still got a few hours to go before I need to find camp and get everything set up. Just be, like I said, this multi-day trip on the Virginia Adventure Trail. So pretty excited. Just now got on to, I'm guessing this is a maintained county road, but it's gravel. So never been up through here before. I've just seen the guy from Defiant Off-Road, Will Garrett. He's the one who strung all of these different trails and everything together to create the Virginia Adventure Trail, and I'm excited to be on it. All right, with that said, we'll talk to you later. I just made my first goof on the trail, and I've not even been going for 5 minutes yet. Missed my turn. That's one thing about Onyx, it doesn't give you voice prompt saying turn left in quarter of a mile. That might be nice, but it is what it is. This is definitely a rural area of the northern stretch of Virginia. When you come straight off of the interstate, off 81, it's very residential, pretty homes, nice manicured lawns. As you get back further in towards this direction, a lot more farm area, which is what I'm in now. So it's still really pretty. I'm very excited to see what the ridge lines are going to be looking like. Being that it's the tail end of April, there are a lot of leaves on the trees already. So might not get those far distant vistas that you would get at the end of fall and through winter, if you don't have the fall. Left turn to make. Whoa. Okay. Oof. Now we're cooking with Crisco. I wonder if the people who live right off of this part of the trails, if they get tired of seeing people in their overlanding rigs or those Jeeps in general, or off-roading vehicles in general. I wonder if they get tired of them just driving by their houses. Alright. Okay. Alrighty. We are along the river. Not sure what river it is. It's pretty though. Yeah. So my hope is to be able to make it up to Flagpole Knob for this evening. I would love to be able to say I was hoping to be able to get a nice sunset up there, but with the clouds and the overcast, I'll still get a sunset, but I just might not be very picturesque, so we'll see. So I'm following, I'm going to call it a stream. I don't think it's big enough to be considered a river, but anyways, really pretty. Wish I'd been able to get it on camera, but there was like some step downs back there a little bit. Just gorgeous. But what it got me thinking about was, I'm hopeful that there was a pretty good rain that came through this whole area last night. And what I'm hoping is that it has raised up streams and creeks to where if there are any water crossing, which I'm pretty sure there are a couple, that they're more impactful than just driving through like a little wet mud puddle. So fingers crossed. Sure if the camera's catching it or not. Turn on my front. Oh yeah, okay. So right here, I put up this Molly panel up front, and the Starlink Mini antenna is sitting right here, shooting up through the Freedom panels, which is great
because it keeps it inside, out of the weather. No one's can really steal it. It is rock solid in there in the between the Freedom panels and the Molly panel. But what's nice is if I want to take it out and set it up when I'm at camp, you can do that very easily just by popping 2 latches on this Freedom panel and 2 latches on this Freedom panel over here, which loosens up the tension just enough to where I can slide it out, and then I hook it up to the power cord that came with it and plug it into the Blue Eddy. So at camp, I'll be able to run that out and get internet and do anything I need to do on my laptop or on my tablets or the phone. Which one thing I have to do is I forgot to download my offline maps, which are always a good thing to have, even if you do have internet, WeBoost or whatever the case may be, because you can't rely on that. And Onyx is great, but if you don't have a signal, you don't really have maps. And so if you download your offline maps, even if you do it just at a medium resolution, it's still better than nothing to help you navigate while you're out on the trails and stuff. So, but yeah, so Starlink Mini for the win. Yep. I think I'm coming up to a turn here a little bit, so I'm going to definitely keep my eyes out for this one. I don't want to miss the third turn. That's luckily nobody's with me, so only myself and whoever's watching this video is aware of the fact that I've missed 2 turns already in a very short amount of time. But we won't talk about that. Alright. Focus on the trail, Brent. Focus on the trail. Alright. Now we're getting into it. SUV right behind me. One thing I did not bring on this trip, and I'm rolling the dice on it, is my chainsaw. Hopefully it's far enough away from winter where people have already been out here and run this, and if there was any trees down from the wintertime, they've been since removed or cleared. Otherwise, if there is a tree that's down and I can't winch it off, I'm going to have to backtrack and alt route. So we'll see what we see. But we are definitely on probably either a Forest Service road or it's a maintained-ish county road. So this guy behind me in his Ford Explorer, I believe it is. I don't know if he's just doing the same thing I'm doing or if he lives up here. Who knows? Now, one thing. One thing that I will not be doing on this trip is any of the hard lines. Given the fact that I am running solo, and I mean, I'm fairly capable. If I were to get into something, I can winch myself out, but Chief does not have lockers. I don't have sway bar disconnect. I just got the good old 4-wheel drive and high clearance, which is good for probably 95% of anything that I want to do. There is a line that I would like to do, but given that I'm running the route in the opposite direction, I would be going uphill as opposed to coming downhill. And being solo and not having lockers,
it probably is not a good idea. I read some trail reports, and a lot of people saying as the years goes on and the trail kind of gets deteriorated, you start getting into these like ledges that you have to go up. And from the winter, I guess there was a lot of areas from those that were washed away, making the ledges even more challenging, which sounds super fun, and I would love to do it, but it's not something that I want to tackle by myself. I could probably do it, but it would probably chew up a whole lot of time that I've not really allocated for. So, but yeah, just so you know, if you see this, you're like, oh, why didn't you do the harder line? That's why. Now I come back with a buddy of mine, we'll do the hard lines all day long. Heck, I haven't even aired down. There's no need for that here. I believe, from what I remember. Oh, okay. Wow, I was not expecting that one. From what I saw from Will from Defiant Off-Road, this section of the trail was recently regraded. I believe this is a Virginia electric service road, if I'm not mistaken. So this is nice. This is better than some of the public roads I grew up in or on. But I specifically chose this route so I would not be taking that harder line, which one of these days I will do. Alright. Thing that I just realized is so on my Onyx I was able to download I just lost my train of thought. I was able to download a folder from Travis at FMC Overland, and it's my turn. He posted a lot of dispersed camping sites, and so thank you, Travis, for doing that. That was super awesome of you. And I noticed that there's a couple of them on the route, and some of them don't have like descriptions or pictures or anything like that. So if time allows, I'm coming up on one here shortly. He asked that if anybody's running these and you happen to be able to swing by and take a picture and kind of give a description of the campsite, to go ahead and do that. So I think that I will, assuming that I've got time, which right now I have plenty of. One coming up here probably in, I don't know, maybe a mile, maybe less than that. So, yep, all right. Starting to climb up a little bit, get a little elevation going on now. Oh yeah, this is definitely a power line service road, because there's a big old power line trestle right in front of me.
Okay, that was another first. Well, not really a first, but got some pretty cool drone shots with my Skyrover S1 drone. It is a great beginner drone. Has some good features. Has obstacle avoidance front and lower. It'd be nice if it had full 360, but it's a little higher on the price point than I was willing to do. So anyways, hopefully I can start incorporating some good drone shots for future videos. All right, well, it's almost 6 o'clock. I don't have far to go for this campsite that I got from Travis at FMC Overland. We're going to check it out, take a couple pictures, kind of do up a little description, and then I'll send it to him when I get. I might send it to him this evening when I get at camp, since I've got Starlink. Alright, we're leaving the newly graded area. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what Will said off of Defiant Off-Road. So that last little stretch that we were on was newly graded for the power line maintenance, I'm assuming. This is trail. This is not hardcore trail, but this is trail, not nicely manicured gravel road. So yay. Yes, what I'm talking about. Now, from everything that I saw on other videos from Defiant Off-Road, Simply Must Go, yeah, he's been up here and ran the VAT. There's nothing overly technical about this area. It is nice to be on something that, yeah, you can't ignore the trail. You gotta kind of keep your eyes on it. You know, it's scenic down there to look around and everything, but you know, not a wide array of lines that you have to choose from, but you don't want to make sure that you're not going into a massive pothole. So it requires your attention, but it, you know, and respect, but you can still enjoy it without the pucker factor. How about that? That sounds good. So there is a tree. It's kind of down. It's not down. It's just going across the trail. And I should be fine. Angles always look different when you're above it. So, we're good. Okay. Yeah, boy. This is definitely looks like it's rutted out a little bit more since, I'm not sure when the last time Defiant Off-Road ran this, but I'm glad I'm going in this direction, not the other way, which would be fine either way. Just, and there's the first little itty bitty creek crossing. Mentioned that I'm by myself on this trip, and sometimes it's fun to come out by yourself and just be completely reliant on you and your knowledge and what you're capable of.
get to camp and you just can sit and think and just enjoy peace and quiet. Now, it's also really enjoyable to come out with a great group of people that you enjoy spending time with and sit around the campfire and have that camaraderie and share stories from the trails and all your adventures. Sometimes it's just nice to sit with your thoughts and just kind of decompress from the world outside. That's kind of what this trip for me is about. So, now, I will say this. I would like to someday get some sway bar disconnects on Chief. It's not too horrible, but it would make things sometimes easier, more comfortable. Yeah. So, one of these days. All right, so I'm coming up on this camp spot that was marked. Ooh. I'm gonna get out and move that. There's a limb down that's kind of protruding into the trail and it's kind of sticking up. I don't really want to hit it and get it stuck into the undercarriage, so I'm gonna go move that real quick. Okay, that was a pretty cool little camp spot. Definitely would be a good place to spend an evening. I'm not going to hunker down here though because I still got a little bit more distance I want to cover. But just trying to get my bearings here. Okay, wow. I'm not even remotely close to where I thought I was at. Okay, onward and upward. But yeah, I'll took a couple of pictures and I will upload those and send those to Travis this evening when I get to camp. Doubtful that I will make it to Flagpole Knob. I am further off than what I thought I was, so I'm not overly concerned about navigating in the dark. I've got my Harbor Freight Road Shock lights up front. They cast a good amount of light, and so if I have to go later on in the evening, so be it. But I don't want to go too awful long because I got to get, I got to set camp up, which is not all that hard. But then I got to make dinner. I've decided to cook all my dinners for the trip, as opposed to just like doing the heat up the water and dump into the bag and eat beef lasagna, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I figure I want to kind of challenge myself on this trip, being that I am solo. But excuse me. Yeah, so 6:21, probably start seriously considering camp setup 7:30. So I said, don't want to be. Adjust something here. Come on. Oh, go away. There we go. There's a little piece of water to cross. That four-wheel drive. See how I have to go at this slow and then come up out of this. Again, challenging. So not hard though. Like it was meant to do it. Oh, you know, after a big bumpy trail like that, sometimes it's nice to get on a little piece of graded gravel Forest Service road for a little bit and not have the snot kicked out of you for, you know, a couple minutes. So, yay. And super, we're getting into some elevation with some fog. Awesome. And even better, it's 47 degrees outside. Wow. My shorts and t-shirts packing is probably not going to cut it for this evening. 7 o'clock. And there's some, let's go up here and check this out. Some marked camping up here, which looks like a really cool big spot. Big spot. Big spot for mini mucho rigos. Oh, nice and level. It's got a fire pit already, or fire ring, or semi-ring already set up. You can get a lot of rigs in here. This might be a really good spot for an MOL trip. Let's see. Got a couple more camp spots coming up. Pause this real quick. Let's see. You know, this is a good spot. I just don't need all this room for just me. We're going to move on a little bit more because there is some other camp spots coming up that are marked on the map. Right now, getting ready to turn onto Forest Service Road, Long Run Road, Forest Service Road 72. And there's a couple more spots up through here that are marked. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to we're not going to take this one, but it's a great looking spot. Man, this would be a great spot for an MOL trip. Okay. So nice. Yeah, it's 6:56, almost 7 o'clock. So, that's pretty over there too. Yeah, definitely gonna be looking here in the next couple of minutes. I think we're gonna go ahead and get camped. Not that I've been on the trail for very long, but I have been on the road for a pretty good amount of time, and I'm tired. Now, I am not going to do the, showing the Harker video on this night, just simply because it's not very sunny. I don't think I have very good light to show you the Harker setup. Maybe I'll kind of do show it to you tomorrow morning, depending on what the lighting is like. Yeah. So tomorrow morning might be a good. I won't really be in a big hurry to go anywhere. So we'll see. 3,000, almost 3,400 feet elevation, and I'm in clouds. Clouds or fog, one of the two. 45 degrees out. Okay, turning on to, so this is that. So if I kept on going straight, that'd be Service Forest Road 85. And this is going to be Long Run Road. Just saw the first person on, trail. Well, not really a trail, is that one of the camp spots back there. Rooftop tent. Looks like a Forerunner. So, I'm not alone. Yay! Let's check this out. This is a marked camp spot here on Onyx. See what this looks like. Will this be a good place to hang my hat for the night? Oh, shite. Yes. Getting to it's going to be interesting. Because there's a big mud puddle over to the right. Looks like that would be the normal access road. And I think, yeah, okay. Let's just cut the edge of it. This is big. It's a good camp spot right here. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Looky. Okay. This is going to be home for the evening. I knew that I had picked a good spot for the night. Little did I know how good it really was. Be sure to catch the next video in order to see what the sunrise reveals. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel and ring that bell notification so you're informed when new videos are released.